Before starting this episode, I'm going to give a trigger warning of rape. Hi, my name is Safi, and you're listening to the Professionalrambler podcast. This is episode 14, where I'm going to talk all about Grand Army and the issues that come with it. This is a podcast, this is an episode assuming that you've already watched Grand Army and you just want to hear someone talk about it, or just the important issues about it. Because there's a lot, and I'm just they touched on a lot of important issues that and put in high school settings that actually really happen in high school. And I don't know, but whoever is the casting director for this movie or for this show needs to stay on Netflix, because every single person on Grand Army, no matter what your sexual orientation is, you will find someone you like. On the diversity is great. No matter what your sexual orientation is, everyone in that fucking show is hot. I'm just that casting director needs to be on there, because they obviously picked the right people. And I'm just I love it. It's great. Love the diversity. Love the taste you get. And you also really get to see a lot of these important issues of when people are saying the system is fucked. Now you get to really see how it's fucked in such a wild streaming platform like Netflix. And just the show's spectacular. And then when I saw Kiara Graves was on it, because I watched her on YouTube for a while, and I'm just oh my god, yes. But she was kind of a bitch in the show. But I kind of don't like her. Low-key, I kind of mixed her up with, was it Anna? Yeah, I think she was Grace. Both of them, they kind of looked alike. But yeah. So I'm gonna talk about all things Grand Army. It's gonna be a great time. Just sit down, maybe not sit down, but sit down if that's what you do. I don't judge. I mean, so go on a walk, listen, and just this is very fucking, because I'm literally forcing everyone I know to literally watch this and live text me their opinions as they watch it, because I want to know what their opinions are, because it's so fucking interesting. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. How are you doing today? I just finished watching Grand Army yesterday. I was painting because I had way too much energy, and I just had to I had to bring it down a bit. So, and yeah, I don't have any highs and lows for this week. I guess I like my writing class. It's an intersection of feminism class. I think I want to do a podcast about feminism and activism in 2020. I feel like that's such an important one, and there's just a lot of fuck shit. And so yeah, I'm rambling, obviously, because that's what this podcast is, Professional Rambler. So yes, maybe I am perfect in something. Perfection. And I've been a rambler. But you know what? I don't like being a rambler, because I feel like a lot of people would judge me for it. And there's a lot going on in my brain right now. Let's take a deep breath. Deep. Wait. Is it in breath? No. Inhale. Exhale. So, yeah. I want to talk about it, so I guess let's get into this episode and talk about all things Grand Army and everything everything this episode really touches on. I'm gonna give a trigger warnings for this episode. It talks about rape. Yeah, that's a trigger warning for this episode. If that's a trigger or anything like that, because I've never been raped before, and I really hope, because the statistics for women being raped is fucking scary. Especially in college, one in every 3 women has been raped in her lifetime, or will be raped in college, that's a fucking scary ass statistic. So whenever I see rape scenes in movies, or I hear anyone talking about rape, it makes me uncomfortable, because I'm just oh my god, it's such a weird feeling for someone to force penetration onto you. Wow, I really went on it. So, but yeah, a trigger warning for this episode is rape, and I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. But so yeah, I'm going to let's get into the episode. The first thing I want to mention with the episode is how Sid, I can really relate to Sid on how he Americanized his name. I'm going to say this wrong, and I don't want to, but Sid Wata. That's how his parents called him. And I'm wow, I guess it's close to his name, but I'm just yeah, a lot of people of color, and a lot of when my name being Safi at Thorne Elementary School, teachers did genuinely want to learn how to say my name, but I also had social anxiety, so I didn't want, I was I didn't want to spend like 10-15 minutes teaching the teacher and the students how to say my name, Safiat. I don't know how hard it is, how hard it possibly is, but it tends to be really hard for a lot. So I'm like, whatever, you can just call me Sophia, whatever, yeah. And then when I got to like late high school / now college, I like people to call me Safi because I'm just like, Safi's close to my name, and we actually like, so I like Safi. So yeah, so I'm just like, because the way like a lot of people of color a lot of immigrant family kids have to like Americanize their name so much just so like for the convenience of white people, of white Americans, and just like, wow, it's great things, isn't it? Amazing. So Joey is a self-proclaimed Joey's a self-proclaimed feminist, and because like she's a feminist for issues that only matter to her. Because like with the nipples thing, where she had the free the nipples protest of like she had like like with the protests and shit. So it was like teachers and like the schools need to stop sexualizing our bodies. Yes, they really do. But like one of the scenes, like one of Dom's friends was talking about how like she got dress coded for literally just wearing anything because she had curves. So it's like, yeah, and everyone like backed her behind her. But like Joey also hung out with Luke and George, who would literally make racist remarks towards Sid, and then in the cab with the cab driver was like, I forgot, I think it was George who said I'm not sitting with Mohammed. With the whole terrorist thing. I'm just like, yeah, and then she like laughed up. She was like, what? She laughed up. So it's like she was only a feminist for issues that affect her, and that's the literal definition of white feminism, of like only really caring about issues that contains her. So yeah, and that's why there was progress of like with different types of feminism, because like the first wave of feminism was just like white women just with issues that they focused, and like, yeah, and so interesting stuff. So she hung out with racist, homophobic, and like rapists, because they would also tell her about like the rapey shit they do with girls and shit, and like she was fine with it. She was just like, it's not me. And like when they were talking about, like when he was like talking about Layla with her and stuff like that, it shows a feminist. If I was in that position, I'd be like, please don't hook up with a fucking freshman, because that's so fucking inappropriate on so many fucking levels. Hooking up with a fucking freshman, and he basically took advantage of because of his superiority stand, because he's like a 17-year-old or 18-year-old with a 14-year-old trying to have sex with a 14-year-old. That whole Instagram page on like the bum ass pussy list, like all these girls were just doing it based on like looks and like stuff like that. I was just like so objectifying, and it's such a big fuck you. And it's like, I hate, like whenever I see those type of shit on movies, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I really hope that didn't happen in my high school, because I wouldn't know, because it's not like I talk to anyone. So yeah. Yeah, so it's just like she was only a feminist for issues that only affected her, and like, yeah, and the show really captured it so well. And like during the basketball thingy, she only really knelt down because she thought it was like getting a little traction so it's just like, girl, just check your privilege. And she like a lot of the white students had a hard time like checking their privileges and stuff like that. Layla reeks of internalized misogyny. Like the way she constantly kept calling Joey a whore. She was like, she's sleeping around, like this is what she is, like blah blah blah. Like she would just constantly keep calling her a whore, and be like, just because like George was giving her attention and stuff like that, but because like, dude, they're the same age, you're like a whole fucking freshman, go sit your ass down. And I understand with Layla, like she's like a little freshman, and she's trying to understand herself from being like in middle school, and just like trying to own her sexuality and stuff, and like how she would perform in feminist arts, but like she was only saying the shit that affected her. But like, it's like feminist art is about empowering all women, but like she only wanted, it's like every woman deserves to be pleasured, but like Layla was not a fucking feminist. Like she only really gave a fuck about issues that only affected her and her only. So I'm just like, she stank of internalized misogyny. Like she screams of like freshman energy, like I want attention, give me attention, ha. And I think it really showed that with the like cartoon scenes. I fucking hate it. I was like, what the fuck is this? So it was like she just screamed, give me attention, I want attention. And like Sid, like when he saw her in the bathroom, gave her the attention she needed to be boosted up with the cartoon, and like that boosted her energy up, and with her being on the being also on that like objectifying ass Instagram page also boosted it, and like she was like, yes bitch, I'm gonna be this bitch. And she's like she wanted the benefits of being a feminist, but like no, didn't do anything like of what a feminist would fucking do. So yeah, this is a drink break, so let's fucking drink. I drank some Capri-Sun, so yeah. So it's just like, it's like Layla. It's like I don't like using the word whore, but like Layla wants to be a whore, but she's mad that she can't, so that's why she's taking out that angle at Joey. Like she wants to be labeled a whore and just be like, yo, she wants that title because like she sees that Joey gets a lot of the attention from boys, so and then so just I'm just like, girl, you got 4 years to do that. Omar, I'm gonna talk about Omar. So I want a guy like Omar. Like, dear God, it's me. Please, just bring me an Omar, because I'm like, he's a respecting ass dude. He uses in the feminist vagina monologues, like he like really understand. I'm just like, he was like, yeah, like especially like when he was trying to explain the scene with of how like he believes Joey, because I'm like, he believes all women but Joey, but like Layla was trying to be like but like but she was like rubbing the vibrator, she wanted it, like why you doing that? But I was just like, it's believe all women, and it's always been believe all women, because like I was watching this one review about it because I needed someone to like validate my opinions. So, and then it was like the rape process of like reporting a rape, and like just like the whole process is fucking long, and like because like it's like so terrible, like just like first of all saying I was raped and this was the guy that raped me would get you a lot of backlash from your schools, like it did with Joey. With like people were like, nah, she wanted it, she's just sad that she just sad that she just didn't want it anymore, so that's why she reported it as a rape. But like, so, and then like, and also with the hospital process of like how they have to like swab your vagina so many times, they have to swab like there's like the whole process is just like how, and then like if you are lucky enough to get it to go to court, now you have to prove that you were raped. Like you have like it's the woman's place to literally say she was raped, but like it's like you have to go through that trauma, the flashbacks of being raped over again, and this could last fucking months and years, and like, yeah, and now like everyone only see you as the rape girl, like in the last scene in the church of the girl, she said she didn't report her rape because she didn't want to be known as the rape girl, and like just like that. The society we are in has made it seem like it's women's fault for being raped. Even like with I forgot what her name was, within the new school that Joey went, of how she was like, of how she was like, I was just like in the bathroom and this guy just threw me on the bed, and but like she if she reports it, she's like the bad person, like she wanted it. It's just like the rape girl has become like such a negative thing in society, and it's just like it's so fucking disgusting on like just like how like instead of like the men's like they will listen to the man's story and like way more than they will listen to a woman's story, and I'm just like, this is so fucked. Unless like it's like the only time like cases go to court, unless like if there's like even like someone like Donald Trump, like who had like 40 fucking rape cases against him, it's still not in prison. But like you have to have like you have to have so many like there have to be a lot of people saying yes, or you either have to either it's like a sex trafficking thing where like you can see that you were obviously in bondage and shit. So it's just like people are like, yeah, there was blood there. It could have been like aggressive sex or some shit like that. It's just like my underwear was ripped. Yeah, it could have been like aggressive sex or something. So it's just, that whole thing is so fucked up, and like the whole rape justice thing for the few women who do get justice, like they interrogate you so much to like there'll be so many women who just like they interrogate you so much and make you that's like relive that trauma of being raped, and just like and like you're just like, and then in some of those cases they'll make you say that you weren't raped, like you wanted it because of the amount of time they just interrogate you and make you feel like shit. So it's like that the whole rape process, the whole rape system in America needs to be changed because it's so fucked up. And I'm just like, y'all are gross, fucking gross. Like it needs to be changed, and like this the stigma with being a rape girl, you have to relive that trauma. You have to get your vagina swabbed. It's just so fucking much, and it's just makes no sense. It makes me fucking angry. That's what it does. It makes me really fucking angry, and that's why a lot of people don't get. Cause like I feel like in rape thingy, like a lot of women won't report rape because of because like it's a shock. You're like, did this shit just actually happen to me? Like, wait, what just happened? You're just like, what? Like, I'm just like, wait, what just happened? And like a lot of people don't really know what happened until like it actually happened. It's just like, whoa. It's really, I'm like, how does that make sense? We need to reform the whole rape thing, and I think I want to make a like full episode on like talking about it, because like it's so fucking fucked up, and it's just like, hold rapists accountable. Like, how hard is it to hold rapists accountable? And so yeah, I just went on a whole tangent, but yeah, it's fucking important. It needs to be fucking talked about because it's so fucking crazy. Like Layla, she's looking for a guy who doesn't fucking like her. Like, who does, like he's just using her for shit. And like, but almost like right there, like, but like almost like, yeah, it's cool. Like, she thought like the whole Valentine's Day thing was from like George, so that's why she wanted to go suck him off. But like, I'm just like, I think that's the thing with a lot of girls too. Like, we look at guys that don't fucking like us, but we're just like, because I feel like it's the chase. It's about the chase, and like I think that's why a lot of people like me too with crushes. Like I don't really like people that often, but when I do, it's like I like the chase of like going after them, but I'm not telling them. But as soon as I'm just like I don't think I was really. I don't know. I think it's just like the chase of just. It's like when you're available, people don't want you, and I think that's so. I'm just saying, if anyone would like to be my fake boyfriend or like fake, or just like a fake significant other, let me know, because I heard that like when you're in a relationship, people want to date you. So yeah, we can work something out. We can work a payment out. So yeah, maybe I'll finally date someone. Maybe I will. I'm just so love it, and during the assembly, like when they were talking about, like I forgot what they were talking about with the police or something like that. Fuck the cops. Because fuck the system of the police. We hate that shit. So when people were like just screaming random shit, like when John was yelling, "I can't breathe," that shit was so fucking insensitive. I was like, that I get that during assemblies also in my school, like people was fucking like screaming some insensitive shit, and I hated that shit in schools because I was just like, it's so fucking inappropriate. Just stop it. It's not fucking funny. And then Dom was also laughing at it, and I was just like, why? I was just like, this makes no sense. And I was just like, I was like, they were talking about something serious, but like, yeah, I hate it. Layla's apologies were such bullshit. Like, she was just like, yeah, like when she was apologizing to Rachel, she was like, yeah, I'm having a hard time, so like you have to just like understand that I'm having a hard time in my life and you have to be there for me. I was like, bitch, what the fuck? And when she was apologizing to Sid, I was like, first of all, I don't even know what she was apologizing to Sid for, but I was just like, yeah, I have to be here for you too. Sid was just like, bitch, bye. Leave my fucking side. Like, leave me alone. Like, what the fuck? So, it was just like funny to me on how like I was just like, child, bye. Go away. go away, sister. Go. 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 Ha. So, it was just, like, ridiculous. And I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Child, anyway, yeah. And, like, I feel like she has some sort of, like, savior complex, but it's, like, it's not completely a savior complex. And it's just, like, yeah. I don't know how to explain her. She had, like, I'm just, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just, like, it's like she has a main character, syndrome, where she thinks, like, everything's about her and shit. I love to think I have main character syndrome, but I know, like, I only have main character syndrome when I'm by myself. But, like, if I'm, like, out, I have side character syndrome. I don't know talk. I'm like, did you say something? I'm like, no. So it's like I have main character syndrome when I'm by myself, when I'm in solitude, when I'm in my own space where I feel comfortable. But anyway, we're talking about Layla. Layla has like main character syndrome. Well, she thinks everything's about her, and like Rachel is her side character. Technically in the show, she is, but like Rachel didn't have that second side character best friend syndrome, and this was the one show that doesn't fucking have that. Like Rachel was like not afraid to like come be like, bitch, please go sit your ass down. Like Rachel was like, sit your ass down. Like this is not like, what the fuck is this? So I loved Rachel for that. She was not afraid to call out bullshit. She was like, girl, what the fuck? And she was like, I'm not gonna be like doing the bar mitzvah and doing the hallway. She was like, bye. You can talk to me when you have your brain intact. I was like, so I loved Rachel for that. Which like my favorite characters were probably Rachel, John Ellis, and the white bisexual boy. I forgot what his name was. Those were my favorite characters. Those were the only characters that didn't piss me off. Like the white bisexual boy is my favorite. Is the white boy of the month. White boy of the month. Yes, I am naming him as white boy of the month. Personally, he's my white boy of the month. Technically, I have a lot of white boy of the month. I'm sorry, but I love white boys. But anyway, and yeah, I love bisexual white boy. That's why I'm going to literally call him, because I forgot what his name was. And like when the kids, I was just like, and that's to do with a lot of like queer people in movies or like shows. Like they always like wait to the end to like have some type of like interaction. I'm just like, what the hell? I'm just like, wow. It's like with Sid only like, and that's the thing with a lot of college essays and the college papers. They will make you like literally have to like you have to be yourself. Like no matter how much hard work you do, like your hard work still means something. But like you have to explore your fucking charmer. You have to explore your charmer, because I'm just like, and that's how most of my college fucking essays went. Like you have to explore your charmer. And but the thing like I like about it is like you never know who's reading it. Like maybe it's your admission counselor, but like you can't really see your admission counselor reading it. So I was like, it's like it's kind of like therapeutic in a way, because like I wrote about like my mental health. One that I haven't never talked to anyone about in my family until like recently. So it was just like, I was able to just like write it out, and just like, and I was just like, I loved it. And it was just like a lot of the time I faced them through elementary schools and shit like that, with being like an immigrant and stuff like that. It was, so I'm like, explore your fucking trauma for your college essays. That's how you fucking get into schools. And so he has to like, that's how he has to like, I'm like a brown boy on the outside, swimmer or chalk is straight. I'm just like, but like on the inside, I'm like a closeted gay and shit. And I don't talk about Grindr, because I'm just like, it's very fucking interesting to me. Like Grindr, so it gives me fucking rapey vibes. Like it gives me mad fucking rape, because I'm like, I also see like Grindr being talked about with I also see Grindr being talked about on TikTok too. A lot of TikTok boys, like the TikTok gay boys, talk about how like they lost their virginity on Grindr, because like you're like 13, 14, 15, trying to explore. You finally like feel like you understand your sexuality, so you want to see if you really understand your sexuality. And I do understand that Grindr is only for 18 plus, but like kids, we all know kids scroll. Like I remember when I used to like have to like put a date that was, and I wasn't 18 yet. I'll just like scroll on like whichever one I land on is hot when I was born. So I'm just like, yeah, but like a lot of these people are like, so half of Grindr is like younger boys, half of Grindr is like old men who are trying to go for like boys who are like younger. Like so they're like going for like younger boys because they're more fresh, That's just so fucking weird. Like the whole concept of like being fresh or like just being young and just like being a baby and just so it's just like they would like and it really it captured the show really captured that by like just talking about how the show really B why can't I talk? And capture that by like how like when he went he met up with someone on Grindr and how the guy was like, yeah, I'm not giving you my name or anything, I'm not giving you any information about him. So like it's just like the whole vibe is fucking, and like how Sid was trying to like get to know him, but was like, no, I'm not giving you that. I get that like yeah, people are closeted, but like it's just really weird on how like people are they're taking advantage of boys who are just like understanding their sexuality and want to know more. But it's fucking weird. It's really fucking weird in my opinion. So I'm just like, Grindr's really weird. So I feel like this show really encaptures like the rapey vibes that Grindr has, and I'm just like, why the fuck is this app still here? But I'm just like, I think it's men because like the women's version of Grindr, her, it's like it's not like that at all. But like man, I'm just mad rapey. It's really fucking rapey vibes. John Ellis is the definition of perfect boyfriend. Or maybe bisexual white boys also too. I love bisexual, but like he was very understanding with her family and like stuff like that. Like and his mom was also so sweet, and like with the $300, it's like I understand why she didn't take it because like I'm still getting to know you or something. Like, I don't want you to think like I'm only using you for my money. I'm just like also like he gave her $300. Not like she had like maybe like the It's not like she maybe had like the after school deadline thing that she had to do by today or something like this. But it's like, bro, what the fuck is $200 gonna do? Unless you're not gonna give me the full $10K, bitch, don't do it. Like I don't know, I wouldn't have done that unless I've been dating you for a while or something like that. I won't take that money because I'm just like, I feel like it's weird. It's just like and I think that's like the savior complex. Like a lot of rich people have like the savior complex. I feel like they need to do. It's like rich people need to fucking do something. But it's just like the savior complex that like rich people fucking have. It's weird. It's like Sid seems to have like a lot of internalized homophobia, especially like, and I think a lot of like gay people have internalized homophobia. And like I want to say interesting theory of like I think all white people are racist. All gay or LGBT people have internalized homophobia. All women have internalized misogyny. And like you can see your internalized misogyny with the rape, with Joey's rape. I'm gonna talk about that later. But have in like white, like no matter how like you can be like so woke and stuff like that, like white people all have internalized racism. Like it's just there. It's just a matter of like, do you believe it? Like, or you? It's just like that's this fucked up system that we live in, that like it's made people like have this type of like system built in their head. It's just it's fucking weird to me. It's just, yeah. So he's Sid seems to have a lot of like internalized homophobia and shame around his sexuality from hearing like his family saying like, I want you to be married, I want you to be a doctor, I want you to do all of this stuff, I want you to go to Harvard. It's like, so it's like now that he found out that he's not straight and he's gay and he likes men, so he's just like, there's no way this is possible, and that's why he tries to date Flora, his girlfriend, because he's just like, yeah, I want to experience this, I want to know what this is, and it's weird. It's fucking weird. It's weird. Tell me it's fucking weird. It's weird as shit. So it's like, but it's not weird because it's understandable, because if this is all you've heard in your life and now you have to like, and then you're like, oh, I can't not see myself with a woman because I'm just like, so it's a lot of like internalized homophobia, and that's understandable. But like when he came out to his parents in the hospital, to his dad in the hospital, it's like, his dad Loki didn't take it as bad as I thought. Like obviously his dad is disappointed because his dad always thought he was like straight or whatever. And like how they didn't want him to leave the house because people would talk, and that's like a common phrase that a lot of immigrant kids can relate to. Of like, if you anything you do, like people will talk about you, but like realistically, I'm a freshman. I still fucking believe it because like it's been in my head, but like I'm like no one's looking at me. I swear to God, like no one gives a fuck. But like it's just like the idea that like people are like judging you, and it's just like and it's just it's weird, and just yeah, and it's like a lot of like people are judging, people will talk, people will do this, and it was like, yeah, let them fucking talk, let them fucking do this shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be myself. I want to be with a guy. I want to marry a guy. I want to fucking hook up with a guy. I want to do this. And so like, Sid was able to really, I love that. And just like, yeah, and like, he was, I liked how he was defensive about it, but like, he could also have like allowed his parents to like really like, but he did allow his parents to really think about it, like when he actually was staying at home, because people would talk or something like until he was like, what the fuck, you guys need some help, you guys are obviously fucking struggling, and like he was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking help. Layla is a fucking psychopath. Like, she's a like with those cartoons, like she's just like one big like socialist like psychopath, and like I'm just like, what the fuck. And like she also had like internalized racism from being like raised in a white household, and like just like only speaking English. Like at the end when she was like, I'm going to be the valedictorian of our class, and she told the Chinese girl to speak English. I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I'm like, bitch, it's like, I can relate to that because I never spoke my language, and when people would speak the language, I felt left out and stuff like that. I felt like they were talking about me. But like, yeah, she was just like, speak fucking English. I was just like, bitch, what the fuck? I was like, yeah. She had a lot of internalized racism for just being adopted. I feel like she should have just done anything like that. And now I'm gonna talk about like Joey's rape, and like with Joey's rape, like in the taxi, like how like people were like, yeah, there was videos of it, like she was waving the vibrator, like she was being very sexual, because Joey has a very sexual energy. So like people are like, yeah, like she's just embarrassed that she hooked up with Luke and George and stuff like that. And I was just like, honestly, I don't think that's the issue. It's like, yeah, because like that scene, her rape had made me like my internal misogyny with Loki coming out. I was like, well, she was like all about him. She could have like given him the like energy stuff. Like I was also watching other review of like this girl was like, yeah, you have to actively like shut down your internalized misogyny with this, because like, yeah, she was like all over on him, like I see all over on them, like you could see how like they could have thought like she actually wanted it or something like that. But I was just like, if consent is not out there, if there's not a solid yes with consent, it's automatically a no. That's how it is. If you do not ask them, can I penetrate you? It's automatically if the answer is not yes, it's automatically rape, because like no matter what it is, like women are not allowed to have high sexual energy without like so it's like whenever they do have high sexual energy and have like, or wear like short like a tank top, or like just wear like shorts, or wear like very provocative clothing according to society, they're like, well, yeah, she's obviously gonna get raped. When they get to look at the way she's dressed, and like obviously you know men can't control themselves, so like she's gonna get raped and shit. So it's just like, that's why a lot of people didn't believe her, because like she has sexual energy, so like obviously she deserves to get raped, she deserves to do this, and like I was just like, what the fuck. So it's just like it's like I'll catch myself saying like, well, she was up there. I would literally have to slap myself and be like, but what the fuck? She never consented to that shit. And like with the Tim situation, I'm not defending Tim in any way, but like with the Tim situation, like the reason why I think it seems to be a lot of unpopular opinion, but the reason why I think Tim didn't say anything, because the entire night in the movie theater, I mean, I guess because was it Anna who was like, yeah, you can't, I don't want you to like see my boyfriend or something like that. So like it's like she was kind of like dissing him the entire fucking night and like stuff like that. So like that's why he just I forgot. I think he was smoking something. He was smoking, and he was just like, I'm just if I say something, then she's gonna bitch about me. She's gonna bitch about it to me. So I guess that's why she also didn't say anything, because like I'm like, when I've just been saying something, like she's just been completely bitching about it to me. So like I guess like I feel like he probably thought like she wanted it also, because like she was bitching about everything. Like she was like, why are you just being such a prude? Why are you just doing this? Like you're not like being up with us and like stuff like that. But it's just like, so I completely I get it, but it's still not a reason. But yeah, look in George, like, just like their faces, you can tell they're they're the terrorists of the world. Like, was it? I think it was no wait, George. I think George is the one like that had like that buzz cut type shit. He's that looked ugly. He gives me that terrorist vibe. He gives me the terrorist vibes of white guys. Because like I said earlier, I like my white guys, but like George, just that like buzz cut type shit that he had, it was the terrorist vibes. It gives me the terror. He's the terror. Like guys, white boys with like buzz cut that type of haircut, you can tell that his ass is you can tell that he's a terrible person. And like Luke, you can also tell his ass is a terrible. So just like they are the terrorists of the fucking world. So I was just like, yeah, and they were like in the like when they were arrested and stuff like that, they were just like, yeah, she wanted, like, she was all over on us, and I like the DA officer, she legitimately wanted to do something, but like it's like no matter what she did, like the jury wouldn't have said anything, like, so it was like there's no point of like wasting your money and stuff like that, because I'm like the jury's going to say it wasn't rape, and because that's the fucking society we live in, and it's such a fucking sad society and stuff like that. So now I want to talk about the zero tolerance policies that the school constantly kept saying they had. They like with the theft, like with Jason and Owen, it was like because they stole the wallet out of her purse. They deserve like suspension and expulsion because theft there's a zero tolerance policy on theft and stuff like that. But I was just like, no, there isn't. Like you're literally allow little rapists to go back to your school, walk the schools, be in the schools with the girls, and make them uncomfortable, terrorize girls after being accused of rape. But like, there's not a zero tolerance, and this happens with a lot of fucking schools too. A lot of like just like this education system is just like. It's like they're fucking like they terrorize the fuck out of them. So it's just like, yeah, there's a zero tolerance policy with theft. And like it was a bomb trigger, like bomb shelter type thing. So like people have different ways of coping with trauma. Like they were like just goofing around and stuff like that. I don't think the punishment should be executed that much. I feel like if you wanted them to learn a lesson or something like that, the most you could have done is just like 1 month of detention instead of like sending Owen to like a fucking like I think it was like a juvie type thing of like that was not fucking necessary, sending him to like making Jason to go 7 days suspension. I was just like, if you really care, like they obviously don't care about black students and black and brown students' education that much, because I'm just like, because I'm like he's out of school for fucking 2 months and not learning anything from school. Because I'm like, if you really wanted him to like learn his lesson, they could have literally just sent him to 1 month of detention after school, or like during lunch or something like that. So like, and so that shows like the definition of the school to prison pipeline. If you make kids feel like a criminal, they will be a criminal, and that's just how it works. If you make kids feel like criminals, they will be criminals. Like in elementary school and stuff like that, kids will get written up for like running down the hall. We're like, that's detention for you. Just like doing stuff that kids regularly do. Teachers will give you a detention, lunch detention, or write you up just for like with. I never got written up or anything like that, but like I had ADHD undiagnosed because for reason. So it was just like I would like have to like stand up and stuff like that. Teachers will like threaten to send me to detention, and just like when I would like fidget with my pencil or just like stuff like that, like just doing shit that it would turn into like would be like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna send you to detention. So I would literally have to like force myself to sit down the entire class time, because I'm just like, I don't want to get sent to detention, because if I get sent to detention, my parents are gonna yell at me or hit me, and I'm just like so it's just like, if you make kids feel like a criminal, they will become a criminal. Because that's how kids were. So, like, by sending Owen to that 2 months, like, Owen was a good kid. Like, he was just goofing around. But, like, after, like, a while of going to that June type, I'm thinking I'm being 2 months of suspension. It's like, he had to adapt to that type of environment. And that type of environment, like, it's criminal. It's criminal murder. So, he's like, in order to do what I need to do this. And now he's, like, now, like, in, like, June or, like, in that prison type setting, it's like, people will do you favors so they can get the favors back in return. So like now when he does get out there, now he already knows those people, and those people will try to do get their return back. They're like return back, and now he's like already in that gang circle, and like before that he wasn't in that. So now so it's just like if you make kids feel like a criminal, they will eventually become a criminal even if they don't want to. So it's just like, yeah, we need to fix the system that is built, because it's so fucking fucked up. Like what? Like it pisses me off, and like that school zero tolerance thing policy is so fucked up. How like the teacher was going to expel Dom for cheating, even though she's been a straight A student, and like this was her first time cheating. But it was like, we have a zero tolerance policy that would result in expulsion. Like, what the fuck? And a lot of like, if you haven't noticed yet, a lot of zero tolerance policies only target only really target black kids, black and brown kids. Like, because like you like for a white kid to get expelled, they literally have to do something. Like even like shooting up a school doesn't get them expelled. It's like it gets them to be in a whole year prison before they get their child sentenced. Like the Parkson shooter is still not been the grand verdict is still not there yet. It's been over like a year, was it? I'm just like, and nothing, because we're still finding evidence that he shot up the school. Like what type of innocent until proven guilty unless you're black or brown? That's what it is. It's innocent until proven guilty unless you're black and brown. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's the whole zero tolerance policies in schools, and really showed it in Grand Army. It's like, that shit is fucking racist. It's racist as fuck. And no, the kids should have just been on their behavior. Should have just been done what they need to do. But like when you're literally having little rapists go around, racists go around terrorizing people of color, students, and like women and girls. But like, no, we're going doing a bomb threat, just people messing around. It's not, and the funny thing is not like the boys even stole the money or something like that. So it must have been someone that was on that floor who took the money. And like, there's public cameras. Some public schools don't lie about that, but it's like they could have tried to say who stole the money. But I'm like, they paid the money back. But no, it's theft, and we take that to this to the law. Dom could have pressed charges. I'm just like, the whole thing was just blown out of proportion in my fucking opinion, and it pisses me fucking off. The zero tolerance policies in schools is fucking racist, and only affect, like, to get a white kid kicked out of school, like, I don't even know, like, shooting up at school doesn't even get you kicked out of school. Raping a student doesn't even get you out, doesn't get you kicked out of school for white kids, like. But like, let a black kid just like my mom, and just like a lot of like black families too would like, before going out, like especially to my brother too, with him being a black man, little 17-year-old, and I was like, don't put your hoodie up or else you're gonna look suspicious. Don't sag your pants or else you're gonna look suspicious. You don't want to look like a thug, or you have to try to dress as white as possible. But like, no matter that, like my brother got followed by a cop once, and he was just walking to school during the summer. And like, who goes to school during the summer? My brother doesn't even go to summer school, so it's just like he was going there for like charity. I think it was like a charity work or some shit like that. And like the officer refused to believe that he was going to school for that. Was like, no, you're going. So it's just like, police officers in Chicago, like, this is my also another topic. Like, when we talk about defunding the police, we're not talking about defund, like I'm in Iowa right now, like the police makes like $40,000, so we're not talking about you when we say defund the police. We're talking about places like New York and Chicago, which the police are making fucking $90,000 a year for just harassing people. Like, they'll like my dad works in downtown Chicago, and like, you just see like bicycles, you just see cops on bicycles just there, and it's just like, they're just there. And like on the south side, you're literally just like harassing people. But on the north side, what like these white kids are doing, fucking like, the most that black kids do is weed and shit. But like on the north side, like these north side high schools, the kids are literally fucking selling Xanax, fucking selling crack, cocaine. But like, No, damn, because there's no police built in the schools. I'm also with my point of like, if you make kids feel like criminals, they will become a criminal. Because like in like Southside schools, like my high school, for example, has like police department literally built inside the school. So it's just like they're ready. Like you don't even have to drive. Police doesn't even have to drive to school to come pick you up, take you to jail. Like literally, school has now become like a prison, and like just like. Like now, like the police officer like guards, and it's just so fucked up, and it's like the whole system pisses me off, and like Grand Army really picks up on that and really touches on topics like that. And yeah, I think I'm done with this episode. I think I'm done with this episode review type talk. So if you talk about anything I talked about in this podcast or have any concerns, you can DM me at Professionalrambler on Instagram, or you can email me at professionalramblerpodcast at gmail.com, and I'll see you guys in my next episode. This is a very interesting episode, and just remember to stay woke and remember to understand your privilege and just understand like where you are, because that is super important. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.